Hi everyone and welcome back to Lindalibraloca. My name's Anne and I'm passionate about sharing beauty tips and tricks for people with more mature skin. And on this channel, I talk a lot about skincare. So if that is something that interests you, consider subscribing. And one of the questions that I get quite a lot is, what are the basic steps in my skincare? And I totally get that. With all these 10-step Korean routines floating around, we kind of lose track of what the basis is that makes up a good skincare routine. And I'm guilty of that too. I have so many products that I sometimes realize that I haven't used my favorite products, the ones that work for my skin, in more than a year because I have so much stuff. And if there's a sure way to irritate any skin, it is constantly throwing new stuff at it. So I decided that I was going to start a new series with the new year, and this is building a basic skincare. Today we're going to focus on the topic, which are the 4 things that I feel every skin at any age, above adolescence of course, and no matter the skin type, needs. And in further episodes we're going to focus on different concerns like aging, like hyperpigmentation, like dehydration, and I'm going to offer you options for that so you can pick and make skincare routine that is perfect for you, targeting all your problems but still keeping things as basic as possible so we don't spend a ton of money and don't irritate our skin too much. And the first one, and this is going to be no surprise to any of you, the first thing that I feel we need is a cleanser. Everyone needs to wash its face. Everyone. Because all the sweat, the pollution, the dirt leads to inflammation. Everything that causes inflammation can lead to premature aging. So if you have a possibility to remove things that inflame and irritate your skin, do so. Of course, with a gentle cleanser, one that respects your skin's barrier function, doesn't irritate it anymore, but there are a ton of options out there. On the question of whether or not you need to double cleanse, I'm currently doing a little experiment on myself after reading up on this one, so I'm not going to take a stand right here. But I would love to hear your things on double cleansing, yay or nay, in the comments. I personally think it is important to cleanse morning and night, and my 2 cleansers of choice would be Sunday Riley Ceramic Slip for a morning cleanse, although I haven't tried the new version. I need to test that one, which is a more purifying cleanser, and then a balm like the Clinique Take the Day Off cleansing balm in the evening, which really breaks down all my makeup but rinses clear and have no fragrance and no other irritating stuff. The second one, and a little less obvious, is antioxidants. Why? I mentioned inflammation, and inflammation transfers into free radicals that do damage to our skin's DNA and thus make it age prematurely. UV rays have the same effect on your skin. They produce free radicals that lead to DNA damage, and the way to combat free radicals and free radical damage is to catch them with antioxidants. So antioxidants are a step that skin from a really early age needs because it's all about preventing damage before it can occur. And I would personally always opt for antioxidant, not in my cleanser because I wash it off, but in a leave-in product. But there is a ton of options out there. There's things like the Inky List Q10 serum, which is a very lightweight, can double up as moisturizer, hydrating, antioxidant serum. There are antioxidant face mists like the Pixie Beauty Vitamin Mist, and basically you'd be hard-pressed to find a skincare item that does not have any antioxidant benefits. The best known are vitamin C, vitamin E, and Q10, and these are all very well researched too. You could of course opt for a very expensive and extravagant plant extracts that claim to have 300 times as well, but I'd be careful with that. The one thing is going to affect most is probably your wallet. So this is a step that I think is mandatory but can be fulfilled on a budget. But of course, the sky's the limit as always when it comes to skincare. The third thing I feel like every skin needs is moisturizer. And hear me out, I know I did a whole video, I'm going to link it up there, that not every skin needs a moisturizer. That is if you use the word moisturizer to describe a cream. But there are actually 3 different kinds of moisturizers. You have the humectants that draw in the moisture, you have the emollients that diffuse into the skin's area and repair and smooth the skin, and you have the occlusives which form form a film on top and reduce the transepidermal water loss. And depending on your skin type, you need a different mixture of both. So if your skin is naturally very oily like mine is, you can get away with more humectants and a few emollients and go lighter on the occlusives, which sometimes is in the form of a hydrating serum or a lightweight lotion. If your skin is more on the drier side, you might opt for more emollients and occlusives and get your humectants from a separate serum and go for a kind of a heavier cream. So the key is find which kind of combination suits your skin best. It can be very lightweight, but then apply it on top because it keeps your skin hydrated and plump. That helps repair the skin's barrier, that helps prevent further irritation and inflammation, and yeah, it just keeps your skin happy and healthy. And the fourth one, really obvious again if you have been around here, sunscreen. I don't care if you live in a cloudy climate, I don't care if you live further up north, and I don't care if you spend a huge proportion of your day inside. I don't think that I personally, and I wear SPF 50 on my face every single day, am vitamin D deficient. In fact, I had it checked throughout the pregnancies and trying to get pregnant, and I am not, which is because I am very diligent when it comes to putting SPF on my face because I suffer from post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So this gets worse through UV damage, and I'm very concerned about premature aging. Thank you very much. But I'm not as concerned when it comes to applying sunscreen on my hands, on the behind my ears, really far down my neck. So I have a lot of skin that is exposed. I have kids, so I need to get out every day because yeah, you'll understand, if you have kids, you can't keep them indoors. They will destroy your flat. You have to give them some oxygen, let them run free. I personally wear SPF every single day, and I would recommend you do the same. It's a preventative measure. It's one that you should start really early on so you develop the habit. If you slack on the sunscreen, the bill comes kind of 20 years later. I have a ton of hyperpigmentation from the time before I had 20 and try to be as tan as possible, and I can tell you now, I regret that. I wish I would have been better. These are the 4 steps that I think everyone should have in their skincare routine, the absolute basics. As I said, in the next episodes, I'm going to focus on other ingredients. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, please don't hesitate, leave me a request in the comments below, and yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Everybody needs to know about the basic skincare routine. I'm going to see you all very soon in another video. Bye!